Hey. Okay. So, um, in the series currently, left I left off having just got all the espers, and I wanted to level up since I hadn't leveled at all since the beginning. Just because I wanted to make sure I was getting all the bonus stats from espers. So, I just wanted to give you a quick bonus video on how I did that in case you wanted a really easy way to do it. This method works best with a turbo controller, but it's not entirely necessary. It really helps if you're playing the Pixel Remaster version that has boost, because then you can just boost your EXP to 4 times. It makes the whole process faster, but again, it's not necessary to do that. So yeah, at this stage, there's only one Esper that gives +2 to anything, and that is Bismarck. Gives you +2 strength. Strength is good for everyone. Even if you're majority caster, generally, I would still give them strong melee weapons usually. Most people in the group are going to have strong melee weapons. Strong melee damage. It applies to all. I forget what I was going to say, but there's a lot of characters who are a lot better at this than Locke. I wanted to show you the hardest version. So if you choose somebody who has a free AoE, like Mr. Sabin or Mr. Edgar, you can just do this super simple auto crossbow or any of Sabin's AoE attacks. Pretty much cover it. So for a character like Locke, you don't have the advantage of doing AoE damage. So it's a little bit more of a chore. But what I do is I give him black belt so he counterattacks, and I give him ribbons so that he can't get blind. You can use anything that prevents darkness, silver spectacles, amulet, anything that makes you immune to blind damage, because it's just going to make it take longer. So what you do is you go in here, back to the returner hideout. There's probably other methods. This might be far from the best. This is just what I did. You just go down here to where the little raft is. Jump down, and you've already done it. At this point, all you have to do is set auto attack. So just make sure he's attacking, and then put auto attack on. He will counterattack. So that's 2 attacks in 1 turn. Obviously, you are going to take damage. It's important to make sure you have either items or... See, when I said back there that you're ready to go, that's when you can activate your turbo controller. Because straight is the right direction. It's going to default to straight. And then the very next option you have is going to be up or left, and it's going to default to up. And that's going to keep the cycle going. Also, at the end of each combat, you have to click through this menu here. So if you don't have a turbo controller, you're going to have to do that manually. But that's it. That's the whole trick. It doesn't take that long. I think so far with most of the characters, it's taken about a half an hour. Maybe that's just the way I remember it, but it really doesn't take that long. And you see, was immune to the ink, so keep my attack rating up. Oh, right. You do have to stop here, so you're not completely done. But this is your last opportunity to top off your health and MP, because you're going to need to heal yourself later. And you already have Cure and Cura, so you have 2 options for healing yourself. Cura is the better option, because otherwise you're going to have to use multiple turns to heal yourself up. But you also can't do it out of combat. There's no menuing here. You got to do everything in combat. Doesn't always counter, but it definitely shortens the whole experience. And that's it. You're gonna hit here, and this is just a loop. It's just gonna keep going forever in a little loop. And if you have a turbo controller, you set it down, go make a cup of tea, have a little snack, whatever you gotta do. You just gotta keep a little bit of an eye on him in case he drops to a certain amount of health. And when I said it takes a half an hour, it takes a half an hour to get to about 3,000 HP, which is where I'm aiming for this early in the game. And that should carry me until I start getting better espers with better bonuses for leveling. And in case you were wondering, you can make it back to your airship pretty easily. You just choose left, and then it's gonna dump you where Sabin ended up when you had the 3 scenarios at the little cabin with the weird guy. And then you just walk past the military base, through the haunted forest, jump off the falls like normal, and then you end up in the Veld. You take the Veld cave, jump in the water again. It'll take you back to, I think this town's called Nikia. You take Nikia back to South Figaro, and then you run through the cave where you met Sabin, and it'll end you up back at the returner hideout. It doesn't take that long, especially if you have encounters turned off. It's pretty quick. There's only like 3 fights when you jump in the water. And that's it. This is how I individually leveled up characters so that I could get the +2 bonus on all of them, since it was the highest one.